Okay. So again, taking a look at your STAM sheet, what we're doing today is just some more practice with graphing. And so our mini quiz today is on finding slope and then on graphing. So because we're just doing more practice with graphing, we'll take that graphing portion at the end. So I broke up the mini quiz into two pieces. We'll take the first part over slope here at the beginning. Then we'll just do more and more practice with graphing, and then we'll do our mini quiz on that at the end. So I just want to do some practice with slope. Remember, slope is that m value. So in the equation, y equals mx plus b, this guy here is my slope. And that's what you did on your homework. You had to identify your slope. It's just the number in front of it. So if I have y equals 2/3 x minus 4, my slope for this would just simply be 2/3. Now, we have multiple ways that we can find slope. First of all, we can get it from our equation. Make sure you have your equation in y equals before you try to get your slope. It has to be in y equals. We also have the formula for slope, and that is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what we have here is when we're given two ordered pairs. So I'm just going to make some up. Let's say I have -1, -5. And 3, -6. If they ask us to find slope from here, then we just use our slope formula. We do y2 minus y1. So this is my x, y. This is my x, y. I call this x1, y1 because it's my first ordered pair. x2, y2 because it's my second ordered pair. So what I do is y2 minus y1. So -6 minus my y1, which is -5. And then I have x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1. 3 minus -1. Okay. So now we just simplify. This becomes plus positive. You can use your calculator to help you out. We get -1 point. So this here is my slope. I've seen some students do this, which it might help you out awesome, where they go like this. So then -1 and 3 you subtract, -5 and -6 you subtract. So you're welcome to do that as well, whichever way you prefer. So we have our formula. You do need to know this formula. And we can pull it just from our equation. The other thing is they might give you a graph, and you have to get your slope from there. So let me see if I can actually just throw in a graph. So let's suppose that I have this line. Let's see. Okay, so they might ask you to do find your slope from a graph. And again, what we want to do for this, a little bit nicer there, is we want to go ahead and identify two nice points on it. So here's a nice point, here's a nice point, where they cross on that crisscross. So then what I need to do, my slope is just rise over run. Rise over run. Rise is how much I go up or down. Run is how much I go left to right. So I'm just going to count how much I went up. So I went up 1, 2. And then I went to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now when I go to the left, that means it's a negative. Or what you can just do is look at your slope in the end That line is a negative line. It has a negative slope, so you can know then it's going to have negative. When you go down, that's negative. When you go left, that's negative. So you can just count it from your graph as well. The other thing, too, that we were talking about when we went over our homework is that we have Vux and Hoi. Vux is when I have x equal to some number. Hoi is when I have y equal to some number. Whenever you see x equals a number, that means it's a vertical line, and our slope is undefined. So if you have a vertical line, that means your slope is undefined. Whenever we have y equals a number, it's a horizontal line, my slope is 0. So again, horizontal line, slope is 0, y equals number, slope is 0. So these are all the different ways you can be asked to find slope. This is what our mini quiz is on. Do we have any questions before we start our mini quiz? So just go and clear off your desks. Keep your calculators out in case you need those. We'll do our mini quiz and then we'll transition to some practice with graphing. Okay, so everyone should have gotten worksheet 11, which just has some blank graphs on it. So we're changing up what your homework is. This is going to be your homework. We're going to go and do some of it now, though, together in class. And so what this is that on Blackboard, we have these different equations. So graph A, we would do the equation for A, and then you graph it here. So you're going to go on Blackboard and look at these graphs, and then just graph them on here. So we're going to go and do a few together just to help us practice for our mini quiz on graphing. And so remember, you do have your calculator to help you out. If you get stuck, you can always start that in y equals and look at your table. So I'm just going to go and have us do a few of these first ones together. We need to get it in the form y equals an x plus b. This is what we're wanting every single time. Right? So for graph A, and you can just write your work underneath here. So go and write down x minus y equals 0. Now again, we need to get it as y equals. So I need to get rid of my x. My x is currently positive. If it's positive x, I want to subtract x from both sides. I get negative y equals negative x. Okay. Now again, I need to have y completely alone. So if I have negative 1 times y, I just divide by negative 1 on both sides. I get y equals, same thing as a negative 1 here. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is a positive 1 x. Or we can just write Alright, so my equation, even though my smartboard's making it look funny here, my equation is y equals x. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and go to the graph, and I have the equation y equals x. What is my y-intercept here? 0. Good. Same thing, same plus 0. So we just plot our y-intercept. Now what is my slope? 1. Good. So my slope is 1 over 1. So I just go up 1, over 1, over, up 1, over, up 1, over. And we can do the opposite. Down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. Just get enough so you can go ahead and graph it. That's it. Okay, so now for letter B, we have x equals negative 2. I'm going to go ahead and write that over here. X equals negative 2. All right, we have x in just a single number. So that's either Vux or Hoi. Which one is it? X equals? Vux. Vux. Right? It has an x. So I want to go to x equal to negative 2. So I'm going to go and plot that dot.
Make a vertical line.
And then just make a vertical line right through it. That's what that V stands for.
So there would be no y value, right?
There's no y-intercept.
But it's the 0 y value for it.
We would, like if it asked for y-intercept, we'd say none. Don't say 0. Say none.
Oh, because 0 would be
Because
on.
0 is an actual y-intercept.
So it'd be 9, and for boy, would there be a y value?
Our slope would be undefined. So slope is undefined for bus. For a boy, yeah, you would want to graph it and see where it actually crosses because it's a horizontal slope. Okay, let's do one where we have to solve for y a little bit more. Let's take a look at letter D. So it says 2x minus 3y equals 6. I'm going to go and write that on the other one. 2x minus 3y equals 6. This is D. 2x minus 3y equals 6. Okay. And this is, again, what we're doing for our mini quiz. We'll do this one and we'll transition to our mini quiz. We have to get y alone. I have positive 2x, so I have to subtract my 2x from both sides. So negative 3y. Don't forget your negative there. My 3 is still negative. And I want to write the x value first. So negative 2x. And 6 is still positive. So plus 6. So keep the sign with the numbers. Alright. I need to get rid of my negative 3. I'm multiplying by negative 3, so I want to divide by negative 3. And again, you can either write it like this, or if you prefer to write it underneath each one, maybe that's easier for you. That's fine. Divide by negative 3, divide by negative. So I have
Y equals 2/3.
Good. Becomes a positive 2/3 x. And positive 6 divided by negative 3?
Negative 2, so minus 2.
Negative 2. Okay, so this is just like what we'll have on our mini quiz. We want to go ahead, our y-intercept is negative 2. So I go down to negative 2, 1, 2. Plot my dot. And then here's my slope. So I go up 2 over 1, 2, 3. Up 2 over 1, 2, 3. And again, we can go the opposite way, down 2 over 1, 2, 3. But you don't have to graph all the points, just graph 2 or 3, and then you connect your line. So again, make sure you get y equals first before you start graphing. Plot your y-intercept and do your slope. Okay, so we'll go transition to our mini quiz on graphing. When you're done with your mini quiz and you turned it in, I've gone ahead and put the equations up around the room. You can just go ahead and get up and start doing some of those equations for your homework. But again, you'll find these. You're actually going to go on Blackboard. You're going to actually go on Blackboard to get your equations and you just graph them on. That's what we'll do for them.
Did you get it?
So we'll finish out with our mini quiz here. And again, just a reminder, if you plan on retaking Unit 2, start working on your corrections. Come see me with help on those. The retake is 2 Thursdays.